My name is Kiana Griffin. I am the CEO and founder of the Levi Sickle Cell Association. So happy to be here this day, this month. I went to Bethune-Cookman University. It was Bethune-Cookman College when I did enter to learn and I departed to serve. And when I departed to serve, I went in to be a nurse. So I changed my major to being a teacher. I didn't want to be held hostage, so I did teach when I came out. But it was just something tugging on my heart that it was just something else that needed to be done. So I looked in the penny saver where you can always find a job, and I saw that there was a ad for a case manager for the Flagler County Sickle Cell. So I said, I'm getting that job, and I applied. I never done case management in my life. I applied, I had 108 cases, people to help, and I fell in love with the business. I fell in love with the position. I fell in love with helping. Sickle cell is a disease that's hushed too much for me. So many people have sickle cell, but they're not heard about, they're not heard from. And so my goal and my passion in life, I notice now, is to make sure that sickle cell people that have it know that their lives absolutely matter.
My name is Ricky Robinson. I got 2 girls that I'm raising. I went to culinary school, did that for a few years. Now I work at a restaurant. And anything to deal with my girls, I'm for it. Running around, laughing with them. That's what my day pretty much is with my kids. I mean, other than that, I'm watching football.
I'm Alondra Sanders, born and raised in Daytona Beach, Florida. I graduated from Mainland High School. I have a son, Kyle. He's 12 years old, and I have a daughter, Anna. He has sickle cell disease, and she has the trait. And I work and pretty much take care of them, all about them.
Okay, I'll give you the example. Me sitting here, and those of you all that do not have sickle cell at all, our cells in our bodies are round and they're whole. And with our cells traveling, and our cells has the responsibility within our human bodies. And so they transport oxygen to and from our organs. Those that have sickle cell, whatever the case may be, their oxygen leaves that cell and it turns to this shape. And with those shapes trying to go through the blood vessels, small as they are, they start to clump. And when they clump, that causes pain, which causes the person to go into something called a crisis. So it's a major deal when a person goes into a crisis and has to go to the emergency room, has to get an IV, so their bodies can come back from this cell shape to this cell shape, and they can continue on their lives. This is happening over and over every day, month, every year, and they have to learn to adapt and live in this body like that.
I've been feeling ill. It had been raining like maybe 2 or 3 days straight, and my joints was bothering me. I didn't go to the hospital right then because I thought I could, wait it out. Maybe a week after that, my legs kind of gave out on me, and I ended up in the hospital. I mean, I wasn't able to complete school because I was in and out of the hospital. As far as my living situation, couldn't work, being in and out of the hospital, and just, I just had to deal with it.
During one time in soccer, I got overheated, and then I remember that I had sickle cell. I get hot easily, and that most times when we're outside, walking from class to class, I tell them that I'm really hot.
With the disease, they have full-blown sickle cells, so their blood cells are shaped like a crescent. They don't have whole blood cells, which is hard for the oxygen to transfer throughout their body properly. and it can cause them to go into a crisis, which is them being in pain and stuff like that. Compared to disease, you're not as likely to get admitted to the hospital or have pain. You almost kind of live like a normal life. You just have to be careful who you decide to have relations with and have kids with, because then in the result, you can come out with a kid that has sickle cell disease.
I want you all to know that sickle cell is not only for Black people. Sickle cell is not only for people of color at all. Sickle cell goes worldwide. It affects every culture and every race in some way. So for you all to know this, sickle cell lives matter. They are very important, and they have a voice.
They wanted to test me when I was pregnant by doing an amniocentesis, which is they take a needle and they get some of the amniotic sac or the fluid or the DNA from the baby, but it can put you at a high risk of having a miscarriage. And then I asked him, I said, okay, well, if I do it, I said, what would be the risk? You know, he told me the risk, and he was like, well, it'll determine whether you wanted to keep the child or not. And I was like, well, regardless if my child has sickle cell, I'm not going to abort it. So I waited. So once he was born, they drew his blood, and then I believe they called me with the results. And I think I started crying because I felt bad. Because, you know, I was young. I didn't really know how his life would be with it. And then now knowing that he's, you know, living just fine and we're doing everything that we can to make sure that he stays healthy, I wouldn't change it for the world.
Patience. I've seen it too many times where doctors and nurses come in there and they just don't do their job right because they have no patience. If they can have patience, it'll go a long way.
I treat them the same. I really don't treat them any different. He's had 2 surgeries. He had an umbilical hernia repair, and he also had his tonsils removed. So whenever he has any type of major surgery, he always has to be admitted overnight because they want to monitor him. They give him a blood transfusion before, just in case, you know, once he's done with surgery or in surgery, if he loses too much blood. But for the most part, he's done well with both surgeries. And I'm just thankful that he hasn't had to go through that experience like how I know some people that have gone through it. Because as a parent, you feel helpless. And then you almost kind of feel like at fault because it's a result of you. Like you gave it to them. But I just make sure I do everything I can to make sure that he stays healthy and he's good.
So the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association, we offer case management, we offer community services, advocacy, and I follow the AIM concept, AIME. I advocate, I inspire, I motivate, and I educate in reference to sickle cell and how to live, how to adapt, and how to maintain in the body that has sickle cell. So with any nonprofit organization, the challenge is finances. Being that I am a nonprofit organization, you're able to give, you're able to donate, you're able to get it as a tax write-off. And not only do I have a nonprofit 501c3 letter to date, but I also have a letter from the Department of Agriculture where I'm able to receive up to $1 million in donations. So that is the challenge for me right now, is maintaining funding. And if you would like to donate, you can donate by Zelle, you can donate by Cash App, you can donate by cash, you can donate by check. And it's all going to the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association. With the funding, transportation for our clients. A lot of our clients, they need rides to and from doctor's appointments, to and from hospitals, to and from the grocery store, or just to maintain their lives. I know you might say, oh, well, it's a boat train, you can ride the bus. But can you imagine you on the boat train and you go into a crisis And then that you have to literally, like, the bus has to stop and they have to get an ambulance. So with transportation, I do transport my clients to and from their actual appointments, to the doctor's offices. Food, helping them maintain food in their homes. If their prescriptions are over their insurance needs, co-pay for that. What else? School is started. A lot of my clients do have children. So thank God for the book bag giveaways. Shout out to all of you all that were able to help and give in our communities. But guess what? We have the fall, then we have the spring term. So school supplies, clothing, shoes, anything that can be given to our clients